indicate the same object with the object of the preposition in the subordinate clause. And we can see that the small title is changed into the fusion of the preposition and the relative pronoun in a procedure. We can see that the preposition in and the relative pronoun which will be fused into the relative adverb when. Before we start to study about the procedure of fusing the preposition in and the relative pronoun which into the relative adverb when, we will study the preposition that is classified as one of the adverbs and the object of the preposition to receive the definition of the preposition from the subject to form a phrase of an adverb replaced into a word of an adverb. There is a clause, I see you in person. The speaker reveals the relationship that the listener says the subject of the preposition in exists inside the object indicated by the noun person, considered as an abstract noun. Commonly, we agree the unit of the object indicated by the noun person because the physical existence of a person is divided and we can perceive the unit of the person obviously. But the speaker who focuses on the trait that person, so the speaker indicates the object, the person, classified as an abstract noun. We can review the abstract noun whose definition is distinctive. Speaker, for example, I can define happiness to smell the well-dried clothes from the laundry. Some of you can agree on this personal definition on the abstract noun happiness, but some of you cannot agree on the personal definition about the abstract noun happiness. All of us in the linguistic group agree that the definition of the abstract noun can be deviated from the speakers in the linguistic group. The speaker who focuses on the trait that is one of the definitions of the noun person, the speaker can apply the noun person as an abstract noun. The speaker focuses on the existence of the object indicated by the noun person. So the speaker considers the noun person as an abstract noun and does not reveal the number of the object. The speaker and the listeners did not agree on the definition of the noun person classified as an abstract noun. So the speaker and the listeners cannot discuss about the unit of the object because the speaker and the listeners identify the definition of the noun, the definition of the abstract noun with the different object. I can come up with the freshly dried clothes with the abstract noun happiness, but some of you can some friends when you consider the abstract noun happiness. So the unit of the abstract noun is not agreed. We cannot count the number of the object. So the indefinite article a is not applied to determine the range of the object, and the letter S to reveal that the number of the object is plural is not applied both. The perspective that the listeners exist in the object classified as a person is able to be interpreted in a way that the spirit of the listeners are combined in the Holy Spirit of the one. So Jesus Christ reveals his existence in the appearance of the person in front of the speaker, who is the subject of the transitive verb see. From the definition of the preposition in, we can wonder about the way the listeners exist inside the object indicated by the noun person. The speaker focuses on the spiritual existence that can be considered we can interpret the intention of the speaker who that Jesus Christ exists inside a person. The speaker can state the revelation of Jesus Christ because we are spiritually linked in the one. The beloved ones of the speaker in this clause as the subject Jesus Christ in the form of a person. Christianity. The speaker replaces the phrase of the preposition in person into a word of the adverb personally. And we accept these two adverbs, in person and personally, convey the same intention of the speaker. the phrase of the preposition in person to describe the subject. Who are the listeners of the preposition is interpreted to convey the same definition with the adverb personally to specify the definition of the transitive verb see. Then there must be a reason that the speaker differentiates the two expressions to convey the same intention of the speaker. So we can understand that the specification of the preposition in is on the of the listeners. The listeners who are the subject of the preposition in are the object of the transitive verb see to receive the definition from the speaker as the subject. Let's see the second clause. The adverb personally directly specifies the definition of the transitive verb see. The phrase of the preposition in person and the adverb personally are interpreted in the same context to specify the definition of the transitive verb see, but the application of the preposition in allows the phrase of the preposition in person specifies the definition of the transitive verb see in the indirect way. And the adverb personally specifies the definition of the transitive verb see in a direct way. The listeners as the subject of the preposition in are the object of the transitive verb see. The listeners whose existences are described by the preposition in receive the action indicated by the transitive verb see from the speaker. The phrase of the preposition in person directly describes the listeners receiving the definition of the transitive verb see. So the phrase of the preposition in person indirectly describes the definition of the transitive verb see.